Hi, this is Jorge Fuentes from the Sidekick Strategies team, and today we're going to learn how to create our first pipeline rule inside of HubSpot. Please do keep in mind that this specific feature is only available to Sales Hub Pro and or Sales Hub Enterprise users, as well as do know that super admins can actually bypass these rules inside of HubSpot in real time when they're actually trying to pretty much create a deal and or implement something inside their pipelines that is actually being restricted by those rules. Now also do know that there's a specific limit to the rules that can be applicable inside of HubSpot, but the specific criteria for applying those rules is actually very customizable. Take a look. So today I want to set a pipeline rule. So I'm going to go to my gear icon on the top right corner right here. I'm going to click on it, which is the settings area. I'm going to go to my left hand side where it says data management, then objects, then deals. I'm going to click on deals, and then I'm going to click on the pipelines tab. In here I'm going to click on the pipeline rules tab at the bottom, so pipeline rules, and please note that whatever changes you're going to implement in the pipeline rules area have to be and or will only be reflected in the selected pipeline. So for example, if I actually have two pipelines, which is actually my case, so for example in here where it says select a pipeline, you'll notice that there's a drop down, and in this drop down I actually have selected the pipeline to which the new pipeline rule that I apply will be applicable to. So for example, if I choose sales pipeline and create a rule for that one, the rule which I set will not be reflected in the demo sales pipeline in this case, right? But I'll just leave it as is for the demo sales pipeline. And then I'm going to click on pipeline rules tab, and then you will notice that there's a couple of rules we can apply. So for example, we got limit deal creation to specific stages. We have restrict deals from skipping stages. We have restrict deals from moving backwards. We have control deal editing access, and we have add approval process for deals. Now I actually just want to implement one of these. So for example, I'm going to go with restrict deals from moving backwards. So that actually will be very straightforward to look at. And so I'm just going to go and hover over it, and then on the right hand side I'm going to choose this toggle and enable it. Now I'm actually going to apply it to all stages in this case. However, please note that you can actually select specific stages from which users cannot move a deal backwards, but I'm just going to choose my whole pipeline. So basically all stages, you cannot move backwards from any of the stages in my pipeline. So I'm actually going to save that rule. And now the pipeline rule has been enabled. So to see this in action, I'm going to go on the top left, well actually on the left hand sidebar, top left, CRM, then go to deals. And here I am already in my demo sales pipeline, right? And I actually already have some deals created, well actually several. So for example, let's do a quick test. So I actually have one called Porter Wells and Flowers Q3 order in the contract sense stage, right? So let's say I want to move this deal back to the decision maker bought in stage. So let's actually try to do that with just the drag and drop functionality from HubSpot. So for example, I drag this particular deal and I put it over here. Well, actually look at this. I get a message, move this deal. A pipeline rule is preventing deals from moving backwards. As a super admin or user with permission to edit property settings, you can actually bypass this rule. Would you like to continue? Here's where I would actually maybe go ahead and cancel, because I just noticed that this is a rule within my pipeline. However, do know that only super admins and or those who have the permissions to edit property settings will actually be able to continue and click on yes if they want to, right? In this case, I'm just going to cancel it. But as you can see, our pipeline rule properly worked, and we cannot move deals backwards unless we would actually have that permission setting, and or if we're a super admin, we can bypass the rule, but the notification is always showing up there. And there you have it. You have now actually created your first pipeline rule inside of HubSpot, and you have actually seen it in action and visibly were able to corroborate that it worked. Remember that this is an applicable feature to only Sales Hub Pro and or Sales Hub Enterprise plans inside of HubSpot, and that super admins like yourself can probably skip those specific rules. They can bypass them, but do know that as a best practice, some processes should be in place to actually prevent even super admins from forgetting to apply the pipeline rules effectively and follow them efficiently. Remember, education is great, but the execution is where it's at, so go out there and be the hub hero that your organization needs today.